You're already beautiful, but I hope you feel beautiful. I think that when you look good, you feel good. I hope that they find that in my apparel.
Hi, I'm Melanie Barr. Welcome to the She Built It Experience with Melanie. You're here because you want to experience the life and business that you crave. Join me as I talk to women who have successfully built it, a career and business that they love. We dive into the topic of how they built it and talk about everything from having the courage to make career leaps to the details of how to lead effectively, create successful teams, implement strategies for growth, and infuse tech innovation. Magic happens when we focus on the part of ourselves and our business that brings us joy. So let's dive in. Erica Davis is the owner of the women's fitness, athleisure apparel, and workout accessory line, Imperfect Mommers. They provide the high-quality apparel that you love at affordable prices. Thank you for joining us, Erica. You are the founder of Imperfect Mommers. What led you to start your business, and what was the inspiration behind it?
Absolutely. First, thanks for having me. I started my business in 2018, and the reason is because after I had my son, I gained a lot of weight after I stopped nursing and everything. And so I started my workout journey, and I really got serious about my workout journey in 2017. But what I realized is that most of the apparel I was getting were really cheap quality. It was rolling down, they were thin. So then I went the opposite way and started buying more expensive items. And I was like, there's no way I can continue to afford this. So I started my own business to give women the best of both worlds, high quality and affordable prices. So that was the motivation behind it. And that was the reason why I wanted to do it for others.
And it's really hard. I ran consistently before. I'm a mom of twins. It was so hard to get consistent after they were born because I'd get consistent, then one would get a cold and the other one would get a cold, and then I would always get the cold, and it would be a month-long journey before I could really get out there again. And I found I just had to tell myself that it's not today, but it might be tomorrow. And another thing I learned is I used to think if I didn't work out for an hour, I learned to do 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and that was okay.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. That's something that we learn along the way because we see all these things on TV or on social media, and we think, why can't our bodies do that? Or should I be in the gym longer? And you find out those things along the way. So my Imperfect Mommers page started out as a motivational page to follow my workout journey, because most women, unless you have the genes or the money for surgery, you don't snap back that quick. So I wanted to show women how reality looks. And so that's how it started.
And good for you for sticking with it and saying, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to share my journey too, because you're motivating other women when you share your story.
Yes.
How do you hope women will feel when they wear your brand and apparel?
First of all, you're already beautiful, but I hope you feel beautiful. I think that when you look good, you feel good. I hope that they find that in my apparel. The quality is amazing. It's compressed. It's holding you in while still being comfortable. A lot of women say, we want things to hold those important areas in. I hope that's what they're realizing.
You also work full-time in strategic sourcing. How does the work you do help you in running and scaling your own business?
It helps me with the negotiations. One of the things that I do is negotiations and reviewing contracts. That helps a business tremendously. One of the most difficult things I find in running a business is accounting and understanding how the legal side works. My corporate job really helps me with that when running my business. I want to run my business full-time down the line. I'm going to use what I'm learning to my benefit while I'm doing it, not only financially, but also the skills to managing a business.
And that's great because so many successful businesses start off as a side hustle.
Yeah.
You believe in finding strength in weaknesses. Tell us about that. And is there an example or a story in your life where you learned this?
One of the things that was very difficult for me is that in 2020, I found out that I had cancer. I am a cancer survivor. And at one point, it broke me down. I'm thinking that I'm this healthy person, but we don't know what's going on inside of our bodies. At first, it was hard, but I didn't let it take me down. I did find that strength once I found out from the doctors and those specialists to understand what I need to do to get healthy. I found my strength during that tough time. And I found my strength to also help other women go to the doctor, encouraging them to do that, and finding that strength to also motivate others during a time where I needed motivation myself.
And that's so great because now you can be a motivational inspiration for your fitness and weight loss journey, but also for people that might be going through cancer. And when you're told something like you have two choices, either give up or say, no, I'm going to fight this with everything I have. So good for you.
It was very difficult, but we made it through.
Got to be great to be on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
You say, and many would agree, being a mom can feel like an impossible job with never-ending tasks. It can be overwhelming and cause even the most organized women to feel like they are in over their heads. As a mom of twins, I can completely relate.
I know you can relate.
As a mother, juggling a busy lifestyle, how do you juggle it all? And what advice do you have?
I write everything down. My son is in second grade. I write down everything, what his schedule will be, how his homework will be when he gets from school, what I would need to do, not only for my family, but what I need to do to help him with his work, what time I'm going to allot for my business. I know sometimes things don't always go as planned. Also, the advice I would give to women, because as women or as moms, we tend to struggle with this, is ask for help. I know we believe and we know nobody can do it like us, but ask for help. And if you feel like it's going to be a struggle, it's going to be hard, it's okay to write a few things down when you are asking for help for that person or people that are helping you, but you have to ask for help. You cannot do it all. And that is my biggest advice. My husband plays a huge part in why I'm able to manage a lot, because I ask for help.
What do you think is the most important element of leadership and building successful teams and company cultures?
Having processes in place. It helps you in so many ways. When you have processes spelled out as far as what you want done and how it should be done, nobody can argue it because it's written out, and it helps your people learn. It helps you learn from it. It helps ideas to build more and more processes. That helps a company grow. It helps the culture. Another thing is having that open door policy to listen to ideas, listen to concerns. When people say they have an open door policy, sometimes it's not always accurate. You have to really have an open door policy with your team. That's the way they're going to support you and support your business and believe in your business. And another thing is have your people's back. I was a manager of a huge department when I worked at a previous company. One of the things that my team would always tell me when we have these recognitions of say some good things about your manager, they will always say that I would have their back, even though in private, I might get on them. But if I know that they were right in the situation and they could have probably handled the situation differently, I'll support what they were right about in public, but I would get on them on how they handled it and try to coach them that way. But you always have to have your team back when they're in the right.
And that shows what a good manager you are too. And you're right, having structure in place for expectations, because it's the worst to be in a role and not know if you're doing either what your manager or the founder wants you to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you an example with Imperfect Mommers. I had someone help me with social media. I'm just so busy and I need to step out of social media. So I had someone help me. Well, my followers started to decrease and my sales started to decrease. And I'm like, what's going on? Later, I found out after surveying customers and talking to a couple of friends, they were like, oh, you don't interact on your social media. You just post stuff. People will inbox you. Nobody will hear back. People will tag you and you don't share the post. So all this time, the person helping me wasn't doing any of that. They were just posting. So of course, I had to take over my social media again. And I was thinking, and I was like, Erica, how is this person supposed to know that's what you expect when all you did was say, I need you to take over social media? You didn't have any processes in place. You didn't have a job description in place. You didn't have any of that in place. So how are they supposed to know what your expectations are? So we have to have processes and expectations set so who we're hiring can really help us.
So true. And I love that example because as leaders, we all have to do this because there's areas where we can always make it better, right? But it's great that you took a step back and said, okay, how can I as a leader make this better?
Yes.
Magic happens when we focus on the part of ourselves and our business that brings us joy. What is one way that you make sure to find and live your joy each day?
My family is number one, but I love working out. I wake up at 4:00 in the morning and I work out to start my day. And that's something that brings me joy. If it's a day that I'm supposed to work out and something happens where I can't work out, I can feel it throughout the rest of the day. It doesn't bring me down emotionally or anything like that, but still, like, I can feel something is off when I don't work out because that brings me so much joy.
Endorphins are such a beautiful thing, aren't they?
Such
Carry you through the day as a mom at work.
Make you happy.
Exactly. You have been so fun to talk to today. Everyone should check out Imperfect Mommers. Please tell us how and where we can find you.
Absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Imperfect Mommers. And then my personal Instagram page is I am_Erica D. That's ERICAD. And then my Imperfect Mommers email is info@imperfectmommers.com.
Thank you for joining us today. I'd love to hear from you. Reach out to me at hello@shebuiltit.com on our She Built It website or at She Built It on social. Thank you to my editor, Rich Streffolino, who always makes us sound good. Until next time, let nothing stop you from experiencing the life and business that you crave.